Should I import Dusty's character sheet or should I make a new one from scratch?
Depends what level was he. Dusty?
Zim, the crag needs help.
Yes.
When I drag in wild magic, nothing happens.
Oh no.
Because it'll give you a choice when you get to that point. I think you choose it at level 2.
Oh, it's having me click it, not drag it.
Yeah, you click, you drag the sorcerer class onto your sheet, and then it'll pop up with options that if you have any options to choose.
Yes, I am now wild magic sorcerer. I was just dumb. Sorry.
It's alright.
Plants from Texas, dumb. Wait, you're not from Texas, are you?
No, I'm moving to Texas next year, though.
Oh no, the meme will become real then.
The Knolls will be in Texas.
Are Knolls from Texas, dumb?
Though I did live in Texas for like a year and completely adopted their accent like instantly, so maybe I am from Texas.
What Texas accent you talking about?
Austin Dallas hybrid.
Austin, Dallas, hybrid Texas. Like, is this like the kind of Texas that you expect from sort of a
No, that's a bit
auctioneer?
closer to Houston.
All right, describe for me Houston accent, if you will.
I don't know. It's more stereotypically Southern.
Listen, you already stated that you adapted the accent perfectly, so just speak with that accent.
It's gone now. I can only do it when I'm surrounded by it. I do say y'all all the time, though.
All right, y'all.
That is not a stereotype. That is actually how Texas is. Everyone says y'all.
All right, y'all. What we're all going to do is we're all
mean-
going to talk like Texasers so that we can get Chili
There
here
you
to talk
go.
like a
That's
Texaner
Austin.
again. All right, so we got a good Texaner accent here going on.
This accent is going all over the fucking place.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you kind of lost it after a bit.
When I used to work for Comcast, their customer service, we would be assigned to specific regions across the US for our entire shift. And so, you know, when I would wind up talking to nobody but people from Boston all day, I would start to pick up their accent, and I'd go home talking with a Boston accent, and it drove me crazy.
So you got an adaptable accent like I do.
Sounds like you know.
No,
sounds
it's
like you
just,
know this.
I've never really had that problem before. It's literally just kind of adapting to everybody around me talking that way. And
That's fair.
it was annoying.
I prefer the Austin accent to Boston. The Boston's pretty fun.
Bada bing.
Especially when you get into the less fun parts of Boston, those accents are really pretty.
I just look in the chat and I just see hello there. And I'm like, Dragon Kaboldi.
Okay, Crag can now not find the stream link. There.
I think the stream is frozen.
One with Crag today, Jesus Christ.
Always good for the stream, for the... always good for the D&D roleplay immersion.
Oh no, I didn't open Kai.
Good, I don't want you to open Kai. That would be very bloody. The stream was frozen for me, Miri.
Yeah, it's not frozen on my end either.
It was frozen briefly for
If
me, but it came in.
if it's still frozen for you, you may wish to consider restarting your,
I did.
refreshing the page.
I literally did. Don't worry about it. I'm going to punch you. I have 2 influences prearranged for the yes, he does. He has prearranged.
Sadness.
Just to be intelligent
Jaffer.
about it, I'm actually going to go ahead and remind myself what they are. Because I am a not good DM.
I wonder if the RimWorld stuff is easy enough to work on while I'm role-playing. I probably shouldn't push it. I'm very cragged
You
today.
don't, please. I'm going to specifically require that you don't.
He's talking about drawing.
Oh! Then, yeah, go
Not
ahead.
playing a
You draw.
game. Yeah.
You draw all the time.
I don't own RimWorld. But I've
Well-
been in 2 mods now.
Yeah, he
Alright,
made
so
the
let's
Martins
see,
mod, and now
the-
he's helping the Avali mod.
So
I have
the-
another mod coming in soon.
The 2 influences are
That's
that,
amazing.
first off, everyone's going to die at some point during the campaign. I'm accepting that one.
Jaffer has to send them to me for me to verify their strength first.
The second one is, yeah, but Jeffrey, you will need to send these to, Zim as well.
Kill Crag first and have him come back as a sorcerer.
And, hey, Wired, yeah, we're doing D&D today. Finally, now that, we're, what, 2-3 weeks in? About 2.5 weeks into the new year, and finally have both games running again?
The other influence was that Kai was going to eat the party.
Oh. I mean, it might take her a while, but she could do that.
Nah. Won't take long.
One of us is a dragonborn, and the other one's a 7-foot-tall gnoll.
I'll be
The rest
very
of you are bite
crunchy.
size.
I'll be very crunchy with all the plate armor.
Pardon me, I'm just dying a little on the inside. But, Jeffrey, did you send these to Zim? Because I've already approved them. I'm okay with everyone dying.
Okay.
I just need Zim's approval. And for you to send the cash to him. Well, not the cash, but the points. The necessary points.
Do your what, Shadowbrine? Oh, hey, Cobalt, good to see you.
Yeah, he's here.
What's up, Miri?
Miri.
Yee!
I'm gonna redeem
Usually
some
this-
Rimroad points.
I've got an artist that normally gives me a preview of what I'm paying for, the sketch, and he's just not sent me anything, but he sent me an invoice. Oh well,
That's
I
a big
trust
oof
him.
right there.
I trust him. I'll send him the monies.
Well, I didn't send you an invoice, so at least it wasn't me. I don't think I did.
Dude, you owe me so much art.
I know. I can't send you an invoice.
I'm gonna require you to make more art for the D&D session. Please and thank you.
You will
Either
need to pay Crag, Chili, because
Pay me or convince him to use up some of his credit.
I think I've got enough credit to make you my art slave for the rest of the year.
This sounds
Maybe.
oddly kinky.
Art Slave's
Only-
like 500 for 12 hours right now, I think.
Yeah, I could probably make you my slave for the rest of the year.
Oh, call them drugs.
Zim, you've been sent the influences via Telegram.
Bleh. It's been a long day.
Yes, Shadowbrine, you can always increase or send off an blah blah blah, an influence.
Crag broke more stuff. Be right back. Crag unbroke the thing.
Wait, these are both moderate?
Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes! Rusk!
Influence 2, I would probably... Okay, so Gold King, you're approving the one about Kai at moderate?
Yeah. It's. Oh wait, did he pay?
What?
No, I didn't. Right, I told him. Okay, hold on. No, I'm just gonna message you, Crook.
Alright, while you're doing that, hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I am Razim and this is Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons. I will now turn it over to, let's see. How about we do someone we haven't heard from, and Sacharel. Zyre,
Hi.
you gotta recap the last session.
Oh, my memory's really bad today.
You also gotta do it in song form.
Come on. My phone is buzzing. Hold on.
I think we lost Zyre.
No caller ID, not even an unknown number. That's scary. "101 ways to make me not pick up my phone. Number 1, call me."
Oh, okay, Gold King. Alright, I'll handle that.
Right, okay, thank you.
Cobalt, you redeem influence by, if you're gonna spend Z points on it, then you click the button down below underneath the chat box and select the option there. You can either put in what you want to have happen or say check Discord or Telegram, whichever you decide to send it to me on. You send it to me and then I approve it and send it on to Gold King for final approval and implementation. Otherwise, if you don't have enough Z points, you can click the button on the screen of the stream itself and you can redeem your Z coins for influence there. Oh, I see it. It was cut off, so I'll send what I got from you, and you can fill in what we missed. Alright, anyways. Gold King, get going.
Right, has everyone leveled up?
Yes.
Not yet, I'll do it in a moment.
Yes.
I think so.
What level are we? 4? 5?
You should be 5 now, I think.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
level
found the
5.
perfect Eldritch invocation.
I don't like the sound of that. As the master of
Not
the
too
dungeon.
bad.
As my job to murder you all, I don't like the fact that you're happy with yourself.
You're not doing a very good job murdering us though.
Yeah, I'm being nice and getting you all beefed up and giving you hope before I crush it.
Yes, the only true way to make sure people suffer when they die is that they had hope and think that they ever stood a chance.
Basically, yeah.
Are you gonna spawn in a dragon?
Spawn.
Can I get an ethereal influence in chat to spawn in a dragon? Come on, anyone?
I'll do it.
What's with all the numbers in chat now?
They're playing basketball.
Oh, what the? What? What?
Yeah, you can play
I am
basketball.
I am so confused.
Well, not you right now because, you know, we're doing D&D, but, you know, normally you can play basketball.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this go on the screen and I'm like, like I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
They're playing basketball.
A wise decision.
Okay, I'll just stop looking at it because that is distracting. Anywho, so welcome everybody to today's session of Dungeons and Dragons in our little tales of Miraleth. I am your Dungeon Master, Gold King, and I will be your Dungeon Master for today, this week, as I am this day, this week at this time, every day this week at this time, unless we cancel for various reasons. So, where we last left off, the crew was actually taking off, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to retroact a little bit, as I was trying to push things forward a bit fast and people wanted to do some things, and after speaking it out, I'm going to let them go back and do some of these things that they wanted to do before proper launch and takeoff. So, this has me sort of delaying our normal intro to sort of go back to, I believe, Risk's former. And I'm getting jizz.
Yeah, Jaffer, I only allow so many ethereal influences through Z points per session.
So do save that. Okay.
Apparently me rejecting it does not actually put the one you used back in stock, but you guys can still use Z coins for as many influences as you want in a session. Alright, so retroactive stuff.
Yes, you are doing some stuff with your Ministry of Magic Guild Hall. Is anyone actually going to be assisting him with this, or am I just going to be talking with Zim for about half an hour? Because Zim, I do know you're probably going to want to go back for some of the individuals if you want to do more.
I mean,
Am I involved in this?
He's gonna drag along anybody that's interested.
Sure. Graham will go along with this.
Are you going to find Crag?
He'll get in on the ground floor of the Ministry of Magic.
We're gonna pull Crag away from crying at the purple orb.
And let me go along as well, if you don't mind.
Okay, at this point, we might as well just say the whole party goes along unless anyone doesn't want to go.
I mean, Dusty will, but just to be a nuisance.
As always.
Besides that, Dusty's going with
What are we
Graham
going to
anyways.
I'm also going to give you the option to take along Moriarty if you want. Definitely fine if you want to leave him behind. He's having a grand old time playing for the captain and his crew. Former captain and his crew. Zim?
Yes?
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes. We'll go ahead and head off.
So he's staying behind then?
Well, yeah. Why would...
I don't know. He's just charismatic. I don't know if you require someone with a high charisma score.
Crag has no problem.
Fine, I guess I'll bring him.
Okay. He happily stops playing and gives you a nod and follows along back of the party, generally, you know. As you continue off, getting off of the ship, heading off to find the building that is the
endowment.
Ministry of Magic. Did we just get a donation? We did!
Yes. Thank you,
The
Jaffer.
donation goal has been reached. Thank you very much yet again, Jaffer.
Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Well, all right then. Getting back to it. Man, it's so hard to watch chat when, like, it's just numbers. Anywho. So with that donation goal met, the Windbreaker shall in time reveal itself. Or themself, whatever it is. But as you gentlemen, and I think there's one lady in the group, not counting Kai, as you continue off into the city.
Why are you not counting Kai?
Shush. As you continue off into the city, you are led by a map that had been given to you, and you find that this sort of guild hall is sort of between the upper and the lower district. It's technically more in like a middle class district, outside the upper class wall.
Middle class in the medieval ages?
One
Damn.
moment.
We doing good.
They exist. Not everyone is peasant and or lord. There are some people who have, you know, normal lives. Quote unquote. Air quotations. They work a 9 to 5 at whatever specialization they do.
Just because there is a time constraint on this, guys, go check the Organized Blade channel.
Oh god.
There is a Kickstarter for basically like dice that you can roll, but they are connected to computers and such for the results to be put out. I did get confirmation from them that they are working to get it implemented with Fantasy Grounds.
Ooh.
I know there have been a few people that have been like, I want to roll physical dice, so make sure you go grab that. Unfortunately, the one that you guys are going to want is the D&D kit, which is $99, but
Don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
I will state this currently has 4,000 backers, with a pledged amount of $435,000.
I'll link it in the stream chat as well.
So for reference, that's an average of over $100 per backer. This only has 13 hours left, by the way. If any of you in chat are interested in this,
Yeah.
it's only at 13 hours.
It's only got 13 hours left. After the Kickstarter ends, the D&D kit is going to be $179. Right now, it's only $99. So,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, these are, you know, smart dice.
They are.
There's a lot of technology packed into these dice.
Especially how they have to make them balanced on each side still.
Yeah, balance on each side. The
I'd
way
like
that
to
they
cheat the dice.
The way that they handle the D20 and stuff is that you take the D6 dice and put a little case around them. It's
Oh.
actually kind of cool.
Oh, I want to get this. I really, really do.
I wish I had the money for it.
Chat, can you forward us like $100 each? So you can hear the nice little satisfying sound of every time we have to do something. I got an 18 and a natural 1. That natural 1 is going to one of you. Who volunteers?
Craig.
Ooh. slappy. Anyhow. So you gentlemen, ladies, lady, and bear, who is also a lady, oh hey, the game ended.
What are the other things?
Oh, that's why it's like that. Sorry, never mind. I'm talking to myself. Oh, Craig, I will state as well, when you go off, you do not bring Kai. Kai falls asleep.
Aw. Rude.
She's sleepy. And also constantly lazy.
She does need to deal with the laziness somehow.
Cobalt, would you do me a favor and make sure that everybody in the Echoes of Eberron group are aware of this? Because I know most of you do not ever check the Organized Play channel, even though I tag you guys.
Yeah, yeet. Anywho.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that interruption to the game, guys. I just got the reply email from them and was like, okay, there's 13 hours left. We gotta get this notified now. Just be aware that if you are short on the funds right now, but get paid like Friday, that you get 3 days of grace period if the payment method doesn't go through. Like I get paid on Friday and I'm kind of planning to do that.
I get paid whenever.
Well, you got 13 hours to sign up on that and pledge, so...
I do RimWorld mods, chat.
Alright, anyways, on back to the game.
To us.
So everybody's going with me then, right? Right.
Yes, everyone, but basically Kai.
I'll stay with Kai.
So first off, we're gonna go commission some badges. Because, you know, they should get started on working on those right away, so they'll be available when we take off.
They ask you what badges are.
Badges exist in medieval times.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guards always would have a badge. I mean, it's
badges are pretty old.
They were the first.
Hold on. I am going to Google this. How long have badges?
That's a terrible way to
How long
Google
are
that.
blue badges valid for?
I mean, to be fair, the medieval equivalent of a badge might have been a coat of arms, but...
Yeah,
that is true. Coat of arms would definitely be around.
Yeah, they would have a coat of arms, oftentimes, or sometimes, depending on how rich the kingdom or company is, they would have, you know, actual badges, but they were more of like a metal pendant that you would... It's not like, you know, FBI badge in their wallet thing. No, it's
badges were popular as jewelry in the Middle Ages and varied from extremely expensive works of jewelry like Dunstable Swan Jewel. Oh, the Dunstable Swan. Okay, that's apparently a thing. To simple mold-made badges in lead or other base metals. Specialized forms were pilgrimage badge, whereby those who had a pilgrimage or heraldic or library badges worn to denote services or allegiance to a political figure. These were These last were especially popular in England and became very controversial in the period leading up to the War of Roses. One royal celebration in 1483 was marked by the distribution of 13,000 badges. So yeah, checks out, but it's going to be more of a jewelry item.
I mean, technically, that's what you could classify the badges that police wear and stuff today.
Well, that's, I mean, the ones made today, though, they're not, like, made out of gold, are they?
I don't, I think they're, I think they're a bronze, I think they're meant to look like gold, but they're not actually made out of gold, but that's more because costs.
Exactly, like, there's a shit ton of cost.
But
it's still meant to be a pretty flashy way to immediately identify someone, but also be like shiny.
Yeah.
So yes, I'll go ahead and let me calculate a cost for this then. How many badges are you ordering?
One for each of us, as well as I will get an extra. Well, it'll depend on the cost of them.
Yes.
So at least one for each of us.
I will figure that out right now. Is there anything else you want to do while I'm figuring out the cost of a badge?
After we get the badges commissioned, I will go and actually, Crag, you should go draw us up what the badges will look like.
Oh.
So here's a real quick question. Do you want a badge made out of gold? Do you want a badge made out of how fancy do you want the badge?
Considering that we are adventuring, I would say they would probably be better off as something that's durable. Because, you know, gold really is a very soft metal that would not be good for adventuring.
So what you're saying is that we shouldn't melt down some of our platinum coin to make these things.
Yeah. I think we'll go with, I think bronze looks really nice and is pretty sturdy. Or actually, isn't silver a decently sturdy metal?
No, not really.
Not terribly certain.
It's much better than alloy.
If you want like a sturdy metal, I think you need like brass or bronze.
I can. Well, actually, hold on.
What are the badges supposed to look like, or am I making it up?
There's actually kind of set price for copper jewelry. If you wouldn't mind copper.
No, we don't want copper. That's too basic.
Now, there's also soapstone. There's ones that can be made out of ivory, apparently.
Electrum? Electrum?
Oh, what? Electrum?
Electrum is a combination, is a alloy of gold and silver.
Yeah, I'd assume we all know that. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think it should be made out of? We'll leave it up to you guys.
Electrum is very expensive.
I don't think we've got access to adamantium.
Yeah.
Influence it in chat.
Can you make it out of ruby?
I mean, you probably honestly do, given that you're in the capital city. It's probably just expensive as all hell. Do keep in mind as well, you're all loaded.
Yeah, we're all loaded, but we got to spend money on the guild hall too.
Well, I mean,
how about Mithril?
You haven't exactly convinced everyone else that they want to spend money on this guild hall.
This is true.
I want to eat it.
You want to eat the money?
Yes.
Are you sure?
No.
I mean,
okay,
just
good.
poop it out later.
I don't know. A dragonborn eating metal might cause the metal to actually dissolve, especially gold.
I want to become a horde dragon.
You know, there's a trait in Pathfinder called like a scar spell, where you literally like melt gold onto your skin for like tattoos to cast spells.
Platinum is a thing. Oh, no, never mind. Don't use platinum. Don't use platinum, boys.
Oh, you know what? We could just melt down some of our platinum coins to make patches.
Don't you have like gems?
We're gonna go with Mithril.
Mithril.
Ooh.
Why Mithril? Isn't that green?
It's blue.
I thought Mithril was blue.
Yeah, Mithril is blue. It's often used as a basis for magical things.
Yeah, I think that would be the
It's
perfect.
almost a
perfect
magical.
metal to associate.
It's almost a magical item, or it's almost a magical metal itself. So it's perfect for the Ministry of Magic.
So, wow, the pricing of Mithril is really weird.
Why?
Well, because you can get Mithril half plate armor from anywhere from like 100 to 500 GP, but then there's something called a Mithril clasp, which, from the description, it's a Mithril clasp in the shape of a paw. That's like, okay, that sounds like it's a badge. That's 750. So it's like,
No.
Come on, what's the pricing of Mithril? Like they don't give me good economics here of crafting items.
Mithril's blue, right?
It is.
Yes.
Okay. Is it like a deep blue or like a?
It looks like a sky blue.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and just literally I'll price it. Someone give me a freaking. Hold on.
Well, considering you can get a half plate for, what was it? You said up to 500?
Yeah.
How about we say 100 gold each?
Hold on. There isn't any mercantile rolls, so I guess give me a persuasion roll for your mercantilism. Unless you want someone else to run your mercantilism for you.
We brought Moriarty along specifically for this.
Alright then, let me pull up his card real quick.
Don't worry, if Moriarty fails, our opinion of him won't change.
Speaking of which,
Slightly, it'll change drastically.
I technically need to level him up, but I'll take care of that later. Let's see how he does. Now I need to figure out how this plays out. Oh, excuse me. I've got a bad cough today. Anywho, so you all head off to a merchant. Well, actually, you'd head to an artisan, because you would need these to be specially made. Because none of you are proper smiths and crafters yourself. So as you go in, Ristforn, you would point to Moriarty and you would ask him to, be your man, going forward. And he just simply nods and seems more than happy to help. I just realized, by the way, you have like almost the same mods as Moriarty. That's a little concerning.
Yeah, I'm a sorcerer. But
you have. That's right. You put the point thing into charisma. No wonder. Okay. Damn. Okay. So you gesture him inside, and you see him walk up to the desk, and there's a very long-haired individual who seems to be bent over the counter, and he goes, "Hello, miss." And then he instantly shoots back up, and he's like, "Who you calling miss?" And it's instantly off to a bad start.
I have a quick totally unrelated question about the airship.
Yes.
Does it have a gangplank?
Not yet. It does not know.
And we can still throw him off the side.
Wait, what time of day is this?
This is beginning to be towards the end of the day, afternoon,
So
shops are
would there
still
be
open.
would there be like moonlight out potentially?
No, not even no.
Damn.
The sun is still very much up. It's probably going to be up for another few hours. It's a while until dawn. Or dusk, I think. Yes, dusk. So he kind of goes back and forth with the individual, but he seems to be kind of put into a bad mood. But I will go ahead and see if... No. No, he is, like, already a grudge against the Fox and basically the rest of the group, and he will be charging you each 150 per.
I am not pleased about this. Well, if you guys want to join the Ministry of Magic, there's the price.
Well, Graham has the money, so...
I mean, we all do.
This is correct. You all very much have this money.
Downside is I'm not sure Crag still understands ministries.
He's probably... excuse me, sorry. Probably seeing the confusion on the Knoll's face. Risforn will pull him aside and kind of explain things. This is we are kind of like a group endorsed by the chief. Like the elite warriors for the kingdom.
Who's the chief?
The king. But he's using, Knoll terms.
Knoll terms.
They
Craig
have
thinks on it
tribes.
and nods.
This feels like low-key racist.
They do have tribes.
I know they do. They definitely do. But okay, so you explained to Craig, but the price is still the price. Is there anyone who's not going to pay the price?
I guess everyone's paying it.
Okay. Man, we're just chocked full of interaction today. Calm down, everyone.
Well, Graham likes mithril. He's not gonna say no to a mithril badge that he can use to feign authority.
I want a dragon on my badge.
No, they're all going to be the same.
I want a dragon on my badge.
They're all going to be the same.
Why can't I have a dragon?
Because they all need to be the same.
You can pay extra to have a dragon engraved on the back of your badge.
Nah. Fine.
You could order a separate badge entirely.
No, I think I'll just find a dragon and put it on top of the badge.
A whole dragon.
Yes.
Alive and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it on top of the badge. We're good.
Why do you have more platinum pieces to the air?
What do you mean?
Everyone has like 15.
You were giving money to Cidier while they were gone and they weren't spending it?
Oh, right.
So yeah, I got quite the investments built up.
Risforn will be grabbing an extra 5. In case he needs them.
Gotcha.
I have subtracted the money.
I'm subtracting everyone's money right now. Unless they've already subtracted it. Graham, why are you so low on cash?
What do you mean?
You have less platinum than everyone else now. I don't recall you buying a significant amount of platinum.
I could have sworn I've.
Oh, maybe it
bought
was
a little
because
bit.
maybe it was because you paid off the thing. No, but you got paid after that. I don't know. Your cash is what your cash is at, though.
Oh, it might have been because I bought some gems during the jewel tides.
Oh, you might have. Yeah, I think you didn't. No, that was after you got paid still, though. Because you all got paid for returning the crown and for the bounty. And the jewel tide happened before that. So I don't know. You got all the evenly distributed fantasy grounds is automatic and makes no mistakes ever. I'm not. Anywho. So you've got the gems commissioned from the disgruntled artisan. What is the party doing next?
All right. Next, we are going to go check out the building.
Sounds good. So for this, I need to get something. But you would eventually be led. You would eventually be led to the position that I told you about, that sort of between the walls. And you would find yourself sort of a large, kind of empty-looking building. Like, it's definitely got that that feeling as though it's been abandoned for a bit. It is very much a stone building, currently brick stone. The windows are boarded up. It's a fairly tall building. I want to say it's about 3 stories tall, give or take. It's got some nice windows carved into the side of some of the bricks for it. It just looks fairly nice, for a building, though.
That's been abandoned.
Yes, it's got that decrepit. But yes. What do you do?
I'm going to go inside and look around, try and see if I can figure out what the building used to be for.
All right, sounds good. So as you go back inside, you've noticed that this place has most likely been ransacked quite a few times. To the point where it's like you you look around and you feel as though there's been furniture lifted out of here, because of there's some areas where it just seems slightly lighter than other areas, though of course that could literally just have been from whoever moving out of here. There's not a lot of clues left behind. If you are really curious and really dead set on it, though, I will allow you to make a roll for that. You'd say go ahead and give an investigation.
I want to try and, save some money. So if it can be reused for what we need without too much, I mean, obviously it's going to need some fixing up and stuff, but
absolutely, you need to get furniture. You need to this place needs a complete makeover.
Then again, I'd probably say, considering we already have the building, the cost in that document you sent me is for
expansion.
Well, no, that's for the base building. Or the ones for the buildable structures. That is construction cost, not
The repairs, replacing everything. It's that cost is also to as I stated in I'm pretty sure when I sent it to you, I also stated that cost was additionally buying out property to be able to build the expansion.
Well, the expansion units, those from what I understand are what are in the building.
Yes.
So I don't need to build or buy any of the buildings around. I already have the building itself.
What I'm kind of going with here though is that the building, it's a decent size, but you would need to make it larger to be able to fit some of these expansions in it properly. Case by case, probably. Hold on. I just realized you sent me an influence about 15 minutes ago.
We got 2 influences.
I saw the first one. I didn't see the one you sent me 15 minutes ago.
Oh.
Okay. So sure. I'll go ahead and let me check the list first. I'll go ahead and allow that.
Anyways, my point here is, like, if I chose an abbey, the construction cost would probably include building the building itself.
Probably.
I'm not saying I'm going with the abbey. I was kind of thinking probably
honestly,
probably the college.
I personally feel like the building itself is probably the cheapest expense out of the entirety of a building, mainly because it's basically stone and woodwork that it's not trying to be fancy. It's most of the stuff that you put inside that gives it some grandeur, that gives it some furnishing, that gives it some sense of home.
Looking for any discount I can get.
I gotcha. But since you're loaded, I'm not giving it to you.
Ugh.
Listen,
all right.
I gotta put a cash drain on you somehow. After that, slightly unexpected financial boost.
All right, Riskforn's going to turn to the rest of the group. Okay, so since we're all part of this, we really all got to work on getting this building set up. I am thinking that we could turn it into a nice, kind of like a college kind of deal. A nice big, it'll probably fit in this building. We just need to retrofit it. But it's going to have some costs. You guys on board with getting this built?
Sure.
That depends on how much you're asking from me.
We just got a ton of money. I mean, we could
Yeah, but if you're
already,
asking for all
even
of
with
my
a...
money,
Oh, no, not all. Not all.
then a number, please. That would be nice.
Well, let's see.
Rishorn, you could probably estimate you will have approximately the same amount of cash.
Wrong thing that I was going for. We would need about 8,500 gold each.
We'd each have to get 8,000 gold.
I mean, that's only about 800. That's only 850 platinum.
It's like half of my money.
I mean, even with half of your money left, you can still live like a king in this and everywhere.
Yes.
Call it an investment, Moriarty pipes up.
Yes,
Exactly.
but adventuring is expensive.
Yes, but this will also
it's
be
not.
able to give us the ability to generate further income. Guild
You mean
dues
it's
and
expensive?
such.
I've been doing it my whole life and I haven't paid a dime.
With the way that you negotiate, that's surprising. Graham
I-
glares
That's generally not how I negotiate.
mockingly.
It's not my fault that I thought he was a woman.
Yes, it is because
Shush
someone who
you.
someone who says things without knowing things is a fool.
Can't foxes also smell that? Crag asks.
I would think so.
I wasn't coming on to them.
I could smell that they were male from outside the shop, Crag says.
It's just the presence of a male, and that doesn't necessarily mean that individual is a male.
Crag gives him a look. You're getting a look from a knoll.
He gives him a look back.
I would like to know how close to an actual like female that this shop owner looked to me, or if Moriarty was just a moron.
Give me a perception roll.
I think what do I need to make a perception roll for?
To see if you would have felt as though it's understandable, or if you would have been able to spot the manly characteristics.
I feel as though it would be either obvious or not. Was it obvious he was a man, or was it like?
It was obvious he was a man once he stood up, but like when Moriarty did go to talk to him, he was kind of bent over the counter, and all he could really see was long hair.
So Moriarty, this is the Middle Ages. Long hair doesn't mean woman.
Doesn't Moriarty have long hair?
He does.
And Zaire has long hair?
Zaire has short hair. We're talking about long, flowing locks of hair. Which Moriarty
Have
also
you
does
seen
have.
the bat's hair?
I have seen the bat's hair, and
It is very long.
it's shoulder length. I'm talking like down your back length.
We
I'm
should give
talking like
Kai
you-
that much hair.
I'm talking like you could braid this kind. We can't give Kai that much hair. She's a bear. Bears don't have that much hair.
I can't
Also, like,
condition a
wasn't
wig.
this guy? Let's. Anyways, let's move on.
As
Let's
Jeff
move
said,
on before I'm forced to roll an attack to slap Moriarty in the face.
are you actually attacking him?
No, not
Okay.
right now.
Okay. To continue then.
I've got plans for this ministry, which will make this an investment into future profits,
How
future
many of you are
ongoing
paying out?
profits.
So how many of you are paying out to Riskborn, or do you want to let him keep his soapbox for a little longer?
And Graham will shrug.
Crag will pay out.
Zaire will pay too.
I expect you to help me like fix my magic though with if I'm giving you this money.
Sure.
You can always write up a contract, you know, Moriarty then says. Arms casually crossed.
I'll write up the contract.
Are you even
You know,
qualified for that?
I have a diplomatic satchel, so technically, I guess.
You have a diplomatic what?
Satchel.
I mean, that just means that you have the tools needed, but not necessarily the knowledge.
Sounds like a normal politician to me.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a good point. I mean, considering
Anyways,
one of the senators for New York apparently had never seen a garbage disposal before. Yeah, years ago, I guess she decided to visit one of the more common folks' homes and found a garbage disposal in the sink and was like, "What is this? We're wasting so much food with this!" And I'm just like, seriously?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Legit though?
Yeah, we're not kidding.
Anyways, Graham's gonna be like, okay, well, until that happens, I would like to borrow your book on conjuration.
Ooh.
So I
Collateral.
can at least work on fixing my magic.
Collateral for the Ministry of Magic. Ooh, I am into this.
And when will I get my book back?
Whenever I guess as soon as I fix my if I determine that this book is helpful or not in me fixing my magics. Which, you know, you agreed to help me do, so... And again, so if the book helps, then I'll probably be using the book until then, and if it doesn't, then you'll get it back right away.
I suppose.
Yeah, I think the 800 platinum kinda... should make that kind of not a hard decision.
Wait, how much platinum is this thing in total?
It's 50,000 gold.
Which is 500 platinum, so each of you need to chip in about 80.
No, it's
80?
5,000 platinum. Actually, no, it is 500 platinum, so, you know, I can pay for it myself.
Wait. Hold on.
Each platinum's, what, 10 gold? Or, no, 100 gold?
Yeah.
No, each platinum is 10 gold.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So 50,000 gold would be 5,000 platinum.
Man, I keep thinking of platinum's 100 for some reason.
Well, the Tuesday group, Eberron has its own coin system, and in that system, a platinum dragon, as they're called, is worth 100 gold.
That makes more sense to me for some reason.
But yeah, in normal, it's just 10, 10, 10 for everything.
Gotcha.
So you gotta bring Electrum in.
We ignore Electrum.
Electrum will be the 100.
No, Electrum is 5 silver. It's between silver and gold.
That's stupid.
It's like the $2 bill and the 50-cent piece.
You also got to remember that Electrum is literally an alloy of gold and silver. So if the coins are the same size as a gold and silver coin, but it's made from a combination of both of them, then it would be in between.
Let me make Electrum with a U where it's like a blue metal that's like better than platinum. It's got electrical features. Holding it actually
It's not
hurts.
quite that big, Cobalt, but it is, a Platinum Dragon is significantly larger than other coins. I think it's like 2 or 3 times the size of other coins. Not the size of a plate, but... Anyways,
the size of like a medallion.
either way, we know how much it is here, so...
Yeah, let's
Let's
continue
move
on.
it on.
I'm just. So who's paying out?
Okay, let's
Do I
ask
have to?
this. Is
Who's-
anybody not paying out? Yes,
Do we
we
have to?
all would need to.
Ugh, fine, I'll pay. How much do I need to pay? 800?
800 and it's 833.
To be fair, someone can opt out that'll put up the price for everyone else. You know,
Very
if you
well.
want to be a dick.
All right, nobody has said no, so subtract 833 from each person.
I already subtracted it from mine, so
Sidir, did you say you subtracted yours?
No, I have not subtracted mine yet.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I did the ministry thing.
I know how much platinum everyone has because I just went through adjusting it for the stuff.
so
Okay.
anyways, I guess I'll
Graham, you're
add Ristforn's book to my stuff because Graham's probably gonna start reading that.
Okay, hold on. I need a calculator. Math is hard. So does this computer not have a calculator? Hold on, I'll use my
It
calculator.
might not because it is a server and some of the bells and whistles that are standard in Windows aren't included on the server software because it's just extra bloat that you normally don't need.
Yep, I gave you the badge for approval in Tales of Miraleth.
No dragon!
No dragon?
No dragon!
Aw.
And why is the
Wait,
dragon
did you actually draw a
sitting on
dragon
a
with it?
hand?
It's like a magic spell is what I was going.
Why
Okay,
no
platinum
dragons?
is being updated for everyone except for Graham. Graham, you did yours, good. So Ristford, are you spending all of your platinum on this, or are you just spending the?
I
same as everyone
already subtracted the 800.
else? That you did? Okay.
Yeah, for my share.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, any other changes than no dragon?
Why no dragons?
I would say a lightning bolt instead.
Okay.
Why lightning bolt?
Because Rizforn's kind of all about the lightning, and he is the one that is starting this whole thing. He likes lightning.
All right, so as you do eventually convince everyone to give you their cash money, you are then allowed to take a trip up to the castle itself to do such business, where you would meet with a lot, and I mean a lot, of bureaucrats.
Real quick on the badge, I'd say I kind of like the teardrop shape, but let's do a gold inlay of a lightning bolt. I don't think that would really change the price much, if at all.
It won't.
Yeah.
Mainly because you're already being overcharged.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so going to the palace.
Yes, and well, on the way there, looking for something. Zim, where do I find the items that fall under the category for that thing that came in?
Oh, the influence?
Yeah. Where do I find that? Because it's not in items.
Would you stop eating?
But I got Fakasha.
I don't care. It's rude. I have no idea where to find it here. It's in the player's handbook somewhere, though.
I'll look for it, and it'll happen. PBH.
I found it at one point, but it's not easy to find. Ah, here it is. Go into the library, PBH Deluxe, or PHB, go to tables, and then just search for trinket, and it's the trinkets table.
Okay. I appreciate it. PBH Deluxe. Where is that?
In the library?
Craig's not the only dumb one today.
Gentlemen, I have never claimed to be a good DM. Let me check my modules. Because I've got the PBH, I just don't have the PBH Deluxe.
It's DD PHB Deluxe. It's
DD PHB Deluxe. I'm legitimately not seeing it in any of my freaking modules. I'm scrolling through them all very slowly. DD DM Guide. I've got the DD Evil Players, DD Sword Coast. I've got the DD Player's Handbook. Not Deluxe, but I'll just go with the Player's Handbook. And where did you say it was?
the player's handbook. Is it does it have the icon, a white icon with red text?
It looks like it's got some sort of event going on. Hold on.
All right, I'm kicking you off. I'm going on there myself.
Gotcha.
This is the wrong one.
Yes, it is. I'll go ahead and pop off for you. Yeah, I might just be stupid.
Probably.
Incredibly likely.
The crag is now an infection. We started the zombie apocalypse.
One of these days, I'm going to be getting a ethereal influence to have Riskforn act like Crag.
That would be fun.
Crag is a contagious himbo.
I still like how you used the term himbo, even though that doesn't seem accurate at all.
I just use bimbo.
Still doesn't seem accurate.
I am a beautiful dumbass.
Well, it doesn't help that you weren't even looking in the modules.
I was looking in the modules.
No, you
not literally have
weren't.
the modules open. What was I looking in?
Also, you've got a whole bunch of stuff that you shouldn't have open.
What do you mean I have a bunch of stuff I shouldn't have open?
Why do you have the standard, the SRDs?
The what?
They're the SRDs. They're the very basic rules and such. They don't include everything, and if you have everything, then you don't need them.
You
Alright.
didn't tell me what I didn't need, so I just got everything.
No, you didn't. You didn't even get everything.
What do you mean I didn't get everything?
Well, you didn't get the PHB.
Wah, wah, wah.
Please excuse me while I go and shoot my...
I like that they cut out at the end.
You also don't need both the player's version and the base book loaded.
Maybe I do.
No. You also don't need the campaign modules loaded.
I want those loaded, actually. Those give me maps.
They lag the program if you have too many modules loaded.
Yeah, I want to get maps, though. I need my maps. Maps are like the biggest issue I run into.
Why do you have the guide to Eberron loaded?
I think that one gives me tokens.
We're unloading it. And all of the maps and such are already included in the base DD Dungeon Master's Guide. You don't need the 4th edition Fumble and Critical Hit tables.
Aw, but those look kind of cool.
You also don't need the Squareware FG Alpha thing loaded.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
Do you even know what it is?
No.
Okay then. I don't even know what it is.
Then why do we have it?
Because they include a lot of basic stuff in here.
Congratulations to Shadow Brian 2 for winning the Battle Royale. I'm getting read at from Chip. Welcome back, Kobold. We're currently experiencing technical difficulties due to my dumbassery. Please stand by. So while we have this, you did not miss an influence yet, no, because I was trying to find the thing needed for your influence, and...
Alright, you can go back in. It looks like they did rename the DD PHB to just Player's Handbook.
So I'm not a complete dumbass!
I mean, you still had the basic rules, all of the basic rules open for no reason.
Not a complete dumbass. Now we'll open. Open. Which did you say was under items, or where was it?
The badge
Tables. Then in the search box, search for trinkets.
Yes, my boy. Oh, a D100. Jesus Christ. Okay, so a solid number right there. What are we getting?
Yeah, that works for the Ministry of Magic.
What does?
The badge.
Oh, good.
Here, I'll put it on the screen for you guys.
Okay. Element,
Yes.
as you happen to be walking along, and let me just double.
Very good.
As you are walking along, you feel something. Oh, that. I'm gonna be honest. That hand makes me feel slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I feel mildly threatened.
I was kind of thinking just the lightning bolt, but the hand has stayed,
Oh.
so
You didn't want this hand?
no.
I can get rid of it.
Okay.
The hand looks like it's coming for me.
I like the hand and dragon though.
No, we're not doing dragon.
Okay. So Element. You just as you're casually walking along towards the castle. On your way up there, it feels as though something small just like baps off the top of your head from between your ears and then falls over to the ground. It looks like it's a small package that's wrapped up with sort of like a brown paper and a string of twine.
Enemy is gonna raise an eyebrow and pick up the package and inspect it.
There's a brown package tied up with a string of twine. Do you open it?
Actually, no. Enemy is gonna look around to see if there's anybody nearby that could have dropped this.
You know, I kind of like Jaffer's suggestion. Just a paw symbol with the lightning bolt in front of it. That would work.
Go ahead and give me a perception check real quick, Element.
You hear that, Chili?
E.
Okay.
I'm busy removing the... Because I don't want to undo it. I might have to just redo everything. 1 second. This might take a bit.
So as you naturally glance up from the direction that could have fallen from, you do notice that there are, in the sky above you, actually, there's quite a few of them, but there seems to be carrier pigeons bringing in various letters and even various small packages into the upper district. It's most likely one of them dropped that. Hard to tell, though, if it was going out or if it was coming in.
His enemy can't really tell which direction that Pierce was going to. He doesn't have any direction to go off on, so yeah, he's gonna open the package.
All right, as you open it up, you find a nice little black box that was, contained within the brown paper and twine. And then as you open that up, as I assume you do, you would find inside there's a nice sort of velvet purple casing on the inside of it. And then you see an eye staring back at you.
Enemy stares back at the eye for a moment to see if he does anything.
It does nothing. It's just an eye.
I feel as though if it's glass or real should be specified.
It's hard to tell just looking at it. He might have to pick it up.
Enemy is going to touch the eye.
It is glass.
Someone's missing their prosthetic.
Enemy is going close the package again and put it away. Put it in his belongings.
All right, you may go ahead and add one glass eye to your inventory.
And now enemy is gonna look for the gram or wrist form.
They're probably pretty close to each other, given that you've all been kind of traveling together to go to the castle to get this thing paid off and officialized.
Yeah. Enemy is going to show Graham the thing that he just accidentally got.
Graham sees and looks to see if it's magic.
It is not magic.
So it's just a regular glass
It's
eye.
a regular glass eye.
That's just a regular glass eye.
It must have come from one of the pigeons. They were coming to and from the districts, but I'm not sure to which direction the one that dropped this one was going. And I guess I'm gonna.
Well, didn't it say on the package? I can't imagine that they wouldn't like put some kind of address on the packaging or whatever.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
That, or you could just return it to wherever the carrier pigeons are kept. I'm sure, whatever. What the hell do you call someone who's in charge of carrier pigeons?
Pigeon master. the postal man.
I'm sure the postman can I'm sure they must have some kind of record of where it was going. If the did you check? I would check the packaging, see if there's an address, and then return that to the postman.
Yeah,
Do you check the packaging?
Yes.
Okay, on the bottom side of the paper that you took off, there is, in fact, not a written address, but a seal-like looking stamp. The stamp itself seems to be a blue sort of emblem, of course, that seems to mainly compose itself of a bear's head. It has various, sort of jagged edging and all that sort of
It's
stuff.
for Crag.
But the emblem does seem to be of a bear.
And is going to blink and actually show Craig the package to see if he knows anything about it.
Crag very excitedly exclaims that it's a bear art and pokes it.
I don't think Craig is the person you want to ask about an official seal of any kind.
Especially not in this land where you are all foreigners.
Yeah, he was. Enemy was just
Let's ask Moriarty.
Sorry, what was that? He kind of pipes up as he glances over.
I paid you drop a package on my head, and it doesn't have an address on it, but it has this weird symbol on it about a bear.
He takes it, glances it over for like almost half a second before he hands it back. Oh yeah, that's a seal for the governor of Farah.
The governor of Farah?
Governor of Farah.
The place that we just left?
Yes. He might not be in Farah. He might be around somewhere in town. You know how politicians are always moving about and never really have to be in the place that they're actually governing.
Maybe.
Well, again, I still think the best course of action would just be to take this to the postmaster. Because, again, like, I don't want to search all of Fortitude for this person.
Well, we are heading to the castle, and that is a place where politicians may end up. If it's not there and nobody else and nobody knows where he is, I will take it to the post before we leave. Does that sound good? Just so we don't leave course.
I say keep it.
Sure.
I personally think he's an ass.
Why? What did he do?
He's just one of those types to have a stick up his ass. You know, those types. You know.
Graham's face turns into a grimace, and he's like,
He's there to play politics for the game, not for the people.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
Like I said, he's an ass to me. You should
Well,
keep
I've
it.
suddenly lost all interest in returning this.
Are we sure that Moriarty didn't just offend him in some way?
He didn't. He literally just said he plays politics more for the game than for the people.
Yeah, but I don't know how trustworthy Moriarty is.
This is true.
Graham already has a low opinion of anyone who could be considered a government official or nobility, and the governor is probably both. So Graham is
Yeah, he's
inclined to
probably
be
an
like,
asshole.
So you should hang on to that or sell it to someone who maybe needs an eye. I wouldn't be surprised if there's quite a few of them walking around. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's even a few arena warriors that could probably use one. But they probably would turn it down, thinking that their looks too much.
Adam is going to shake his head and said, as whatever kind of person that governor may be, I'm not going to just give somebody else his property.
You do you. You're the one with the package here. I'm not going to steal it from you. I don't care so much about some little sphere of glass.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Anywho, I suppose you want to get to the castle and get this all squared away then before it becomes nightfall. After all, that
Yep.
ship's supposed to be heading out. Don't want to displease the king now. Speaking of which, I'll actually be right back. I should probably change wardrobe since the king is around that ship. He's not so easily fooled.
You know, I'm kind of surprised he essentially just gave us his airship.
I'm not. In fact, I'd be betting that he's thinking you're all about to die.
Going
So
to the
there's
king
that
now?
going for you. You're going to the castle. The king
castle.
is back at the airpad.
Okay.
Yes. You'd be going to the castle to deal with the bureaucrats.
Wasn't our leaving on an airship supposed to be urgent?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
Ristvorn has superseded that notion, though.
Oh, okay.
I've superseded what notion?
Yeah, the leaving of the airship was supposed to be fairly urgent.
Oh, yeah. We're delaying it a bit.
Urgent by video game standards or urgent by real world standards?
Real world standards, of course. This is D&D, not a video game. Mine's 2 HP.
Does Crag even notice?
No.
Anyways, we should probably get moving on.
Yes, please. Proceed. You get to the castle. There's a good number of bureaucrats all running around, more or less focused on their own thing. There are, of course, guards there as well. You notice the guards here mainly are wearing either purple garb or black with yellow trim garb, which is a color you've not seen before. What is this?
That's the Unearthed Arcana school that I want to go into. For my wizard class.
Okay. But sounds good. I'll make sure to save that link then.
Yeah, it's not urgent. I just was looking through and deciding.
Sounds
I won't
great. Well,
need an
you're at
answer
the
on that
castle.
until next level.
Gotcha. You're at the castle. You see a various amount of, stewards and nobles, officials who are going about, some writing in scrolls, some drinking their own wine. The majority of the staff here are, of course, guards, but there are the kitchen and servants as well. There's probably one servant for every 2 nobles and about 5 guards for every 1 noble. So what do you do?
I mean, I have no idea where we're going, so you just randomly told us we had to go there.
You are looking for a form of housing administrator to properly make the purchase necessary to get the both, to start getting the building set for any necessary construction, payments, buying surrounding areas for expansion, making it more of a campus, since you said you want a sort of college feel rather than just a singular guild building.
I haven't fully settled on which one I want, but the ones that I'm looking at are all the same cost anyways. So
I mean, yes, I kind of established that.
aren't I supposed to have a house Carl too?
Yes, if anything, you would be here to retrieve them as well.
I'll go retrieve them first and then have them direct me where we need to go for the housing stuff.
Right, so as you are, coming up and you're sort of looking around inside, you do see a black cat. Graham heads to the ship and identifies the scroll. Okay, so Graham is leaving the party at this point to go back to the ship.
Hey.
Yep.
Is there any jewelry shop around?
Most likely, yes. This is you're now in the upper district and castle area.
I'd like to look for someone who sells diamonds.
Someone who sells diamonds. Ooh.
Or spell components.
You'd fairly easily find one, but before I get too distracted with that, Graham, you can go ahead and identify it. It's in your inventory, right?
Yes.
Let me figure out which one that is.
The superior scroll.
Superior. There it is. There you go. So the black cat lady will kind of wave over to the party. Excuse me. And she'll approach the party and be like, "Oh, you must be the adventurers who are building out that old hall that has been sitting around for quite some time, yes?"
Yes, that is correct.
All right then. I'm going to need a list of things that you want done to the place. I assume you don't want it operating in its current condition. If you're going to be performing any work on it as well yourself, I should likely know about it, just so I can make sure that that's properly taken care of.
Brisforn will relay the stuff that he's wanting. We're just gonna stick with the basic hall for now. Like,
okay,
fix it up, the type of building that I'm gonna settle on.
Right. And she kind of like goes over the various options with you, various advantages, disadvantages, etc., etc. She takes her time, wanting to help you make sure that you're perfectly happy with your... Thank you for the reminder, Eisen. Make sure you're perfectly happy with the choice that you finally settle on. She is, in fact, a real estate agent, basically. So she's all too happy and, kind to help and, wants you to be happy with your purchase.
Yeah, he'll be happy. He'll go through what he wants and stuff, and unfortunately, I don't really know what I want yet, so...
Feel free to message me once you kind of have it set, and I'll just sort of retroactively put it into place.
Yeah.
And from there, she just goes, okay, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I believe that would be all. Oh, I would like a steward to manage, a capable steward to manage the ministry while I am away.
Right, do you want me to set out hiring for that then?
Yes. We are looking to leave the city today, so I would like to get them set up and ready to go as soon as possible.
Okay, then all I would need is however much you plan on paying them, or how much you'd be planning on paying them over a certain amount of time, assuming they work for that amount of time.
What would a fair price be?
That's
I mean, honestly, hirelings don't really take that much money. Let me check the equipment.
They don't, but you know, the more you spend on them, the more
the higher quality
you'll be achieving. Yes.
I think a peasant
but
lives off a year for on a single gold or something like that.
Yeah.
But if you want someone of esteemed quality, it's probably gonna be like even the highest valued person is probably gonna be at most a gold a day.
A gold a day is quite a lot.
Actually, a skilled hireling is apparently 2 gold per day.
Oh, okay.
You get a bargain.
That's not a bargain. That's more.
We'll go with 2.5.
So that's 5 gold every 2 days. So I'll be able to write up a contract and take care of all of that for you. I won't have them actually. I won't send out the hiring until the place is actually functional, of course. Otherwise, well, you're just going to have a steward in front of an essentially empty building. Speaking of which, given that this is going to be the size it is, are we going to want to contract guards?
Yes. The cost of the building comes with guards, according to this.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it comes with every building comes with some skilled hirelings and some unskilled ones.
Does it? Hold on, let me read that over. Give me one second.
Can we just? Right there in the little excerpt there, it says structures required hirelings are free. Total cost per day is listed for each structure.
Is this the blurb on the front page?
Yeah, on the same page as buildable structures.
Buildable structure.
Dude, can we? I'd like to just get back to the game, honestly.
Okay.
But you were the one that insisted that we role play this stuff out, and I kind of just... You put this to me and told me to do this, so...
Yes. All right. So, that's probably going to be taken care of then.
All right. So, moving on. Anything else I need?
I don't think so. They're basically going to start to work right away, getting everything made up that needs to be made up, and then basically by the next time you're going to be able to speak with your house Carl, you'll be able to start on expansions if you want them.
Sounds good.
You probably could put a down payment for 1 or 2 expansions to be made in the main building already if you want.
Right now I think I'm good for right now.
Okay. Then you all head off.
Can I get the jewels first?
Right, you wanted jewels.
Mainly 600 GP of diamond and 100 GP of ruby.
Yeah, you could easily find those.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. 600 GP of diamond and
100 GP of ruby.
hello.
Yeah.
How much GP of diamond and ruby?
600 GP of ruby, diamond and 100 of ruby.
So it's minus 70. I'll go ahead and subtract that. So that will put you at quick math.
Also, we'll go with a small castle on this.
A small castle. Ooh. Ooh. I was expecting something different, but I'm okay with this.
I mean, we're not really a college or anything. And I was planning to turn it into an adventurers guild to send people out to do various quests and stuff. And it comes with a lot of rooms for people, so... I mean, it can literally house up to 450 people.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds great. So they start the reconstruction on that then, because if it's going to be a small castle, that will take some construction time, but not so much. That's probably be a deal. You're going to have, so you're good. So that gets sent into effect and you're able to proceed. Awkward silence.
Thought you were looking something up.
No.
Or...
I just said you're able to proceed.
I thought you were looking stuff up for Cydia.
No, I just subtracted the cash from them. She can add the stuff to her inventory.
Crag is gonna start wandering back to the boat. He's confused and just wants to be back where he's supposed to.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
we're
heading-
all... I'm good with heading back. I'll stop and pick
Wait,
up the
hold on.
badges.
Hold on. Cydia, did you buy 100 rubies?
Crag, you misspelled ministry.
Ah.
This is Crag.
Will you type out how it's spelled?
That's Cydia.
You had it spelled right. Oh, wait, no, you had it ministry before.
Are we going with the badge are made by actually Craig, like the in-game, because that would be fun.
Cydia? Cydia? Cydia.
Yeah, sorry, what?
Are you buying 600 diamonds?
No, the 600 GP worth of diamonds.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you know right now. That's not a thing.
What do you mean?
If it's for the purpose of a spell crafting or a spell component, then it's just considered a diamond that is worth 600 gold.
Oh,
That would probably be a gem then.
so it'd be like 2 diamonds then.
No.
No,
Oh.
If the spell says it requires a diamond worth 600 gold pieces, then it would be a single diamond, and it is considered to be worth that much.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna just put.
Just type in a custom item Just literally add a
Yeah.
line saying diamond worth 600. That's
That's
all you
literally what
need.
I did. Yeah, that's what I did. Don't worry.
It's, it's 2 diamonds worth 300 each.
No,
Why not?
because diamonds are generally worth
Okay.
5,000.
Oh.
What is it for a spell? Why are you getting these?
Diamond worth 300 GP.
Where are you seeing this?
The spell Revivify.
Spell what?
It's a spell called Revivify here.
Revivify.
It says diamonds worth 300 GP.
Diamonds worth 300 GP. Okay.
So yeah, you can have a collection of small diamonds. So
yes, that's fine.
Okay.
They
probably
would be
more
very
like
small
diamond
ones.
shard kind of things.
Yeah, because an actual diamond is 5,000 GP. so you would basically have them cut a diamond for you. And the ruby, really quick.
And ruby dust.
Ruby dust.
So dust.
That is different. Let me see if I can't find that. Man, why aren't these in the items?
Because they're spell components. I don't know too many DMs that use spell components usually.
Okay, shoot me the spell that needs that component.
We ignore the requirements. We always ignore the requirements, but only if it doesn't have an actual cost. It's always been that if it's got a cost listed, then you need to have that.
Yes. And that's, of course, the ruby dust and the diamonds do.
Yeah.
So that's 50 GP. Okay, so that's the ruby dust and that's the diamonds in your inventory. Okay, let's please move on, dear God.
Very well.
Let's get to the adventure.
Yes.
So as you all get back to the airship, many of the people seem very disgruntled with the party that is taking this long, including myself.
I'm disgruntled too.
We're all disgruntled. We didn't expect this to take this long.
I was gonna ask for Lemmy to head to the post office to resolve the thing with the eye.
You may do so. They take back the package.
Yes.
They thank you, maybe shake your hand, and then let you on your way.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else happens without that. So you return. The boat. I feel bad now because that was an influence. But I really don't know where they were trying to go with that. So, so as you return to the post office, I'm sorry, to the airship, everyone is waiting to cast off. Basically, once you all get aboard, they're able to cast off right away. You do notice that the Foxbard has returned with slightly different garbs, dressing himself up as a noble. He's a noble tabaxi cat. Nobody knows what noble, but he's a noble tabaxi cat, so no one's going to question it, especially not these dumbass guards. The ship begins to set off into the air just at dusk, with the sun setting into the horizon of the sea, casting a beautiful orange and purple glow over half of, the sky, whereas the other half you can just see darkness slowly starting to creep over the. And with that, everyone's allowed to go ahead and take their rest for the night. Ristforn, assuming you would be sleeping in the captain's quarters, you would be sharing them with the current captain, as he would be using the other free bed.
The former captain.
The former current captain, yes.
Not current. Former.
Yes, former current.
I will HMO1 you.
I don't know what that means.
Good, then you won't be suspecting it.
Okay, Google, what's an HMO1? Oh dear God.
Graham is going to be reading the book after he wakes up.
Move teachers can be used in battle. This is a Pokemon thing.
Yeah, the move's name is Cut.
Oh, of course it is. Anywho, getting back to things. But yeah, you're allowed to. Sorry, someone was doing something. Someone said something while I was looking at HMO1. No, okay.
Yeah, I said after everyone wakes up, Graham is going to start reading that book that he's
Yes.
borrowing from Riskforn.
Magic and Magic Theory. I believe you took the one that had to do with conjuration.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and. So as you read over the book, you get more of a good basic idea of, how conjuration magic works and how it works in various theories of the way, especially from the various casting stances that people have, such as learned ability, natural ability, vocal ability. Well, yes, vocal ability, which you tend to recognize as how Moriarty casts it, how Riskforn casts it, how you even cast it. So you get a good understanding of how these various different ways of casting it work. You get a good idea of how these various ways of summoning the mana work, etc., etc. It's a very, very long read that goes into depth quite a bit as to the magical theory of it all. Whoever wrote this, has been thinking about this and writing about this probably for their entire life. They're like a
Wrong, because I know he wrote several other volumes.
What do you mean?
That he could have spent his entire life writing this one book.
Well, probably book series, but like you definitely see like the workings of like to like put into perspective like a Da Vinci of magic. Like this guy is trying to be a sort of he's trying to like set a new frontier for magic by trying to expand and fully understand how it functions. Anywho, as everyone else is waking up the following morning, Riskforn, you would awaken to a rather putrid smell.
Oh, God, what is that?
As you kind of sit up, you notice Kai is in the room.
Kai, what are you doing?
Kai turns around and looks at you. Her face is absolutely covered with blood.
Kai? Craig!
First blood.
Crag wanders in if he's still alive.
Craig is indeed still alive. But yeah, as you walk in, you notice Kai is covered in blood and seems to be on the other side of the cabin from Riskforn. In fact, I should probably reshare that map just to kind of give a good idea of where everything's at. Pull that map up again for you guys. Because I had it closed while focusing on literally everything else. Whoop. No, that's not what I want. There we go. And sharing. Remember that each square on this map is 10 feet, which is why Kai is the same size as everyone else.
Craig calls to Kai to see if she'll come over.
Kai does. She seems to be still, friendly and passive. But the freaking former captain is dead as shit.
Wow. Okay.
Craig sniffs the blood on her face to see if he can recognize it as the dog blood.
It is very much the dog blood.
That's such a bad thing to have happened. Especially since we don't know how to fucking steer or control this ship. And I really doubt any fucking one else is gonna help us.
Risforn has a decent understanding of this stuff.
Yeah, no.
He doesn't.
I mean, maybe, but an airship?
A lot of it
Like,
can transfer over fairly, because this airship does function on sails. Risforn understands how sails work.
Okay. Does he understand how to control up and down in an airship, though?
Well, some of the crewmen could probably explain it. It clearly has something to do with that giant purple orb directly attached to the balloon.
And Zaire's okay at navigating the skies.
The problem is that Kai has now killed someone randomly, and they're not gonna trust us.
Craig looks for any reason why she might have attacked the guy, because he knows that this is out of nature for her.
I'm gonna need you to roll an investigation check.
Or
Hey,
animal
what?
hand. I'd probably say animal handling would work on this.
I mean,
I have no-
animal handling would be getting Kai to do something and not really telling why she did something. I mean, I guess it could sort of, given his bond with Kai and whatnot, but
I mean,
either-
it literally says in the description, or into it an animal's intentions.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Give me 1 second to look back at, because there was a reason for that. But I'm bad at being a DM. Right, so Kai still seems very friendly and whatnot. From what you can tell, Craig, Kai sat on him and killed him and then got hungry.
Craig looks disappointed at her and scolds her for sitting on people.
Just for sitting on people?
He doesn't care if he's already dead. He may be a civilized gnoll, he is still a gnoll.
Kai gives various bear growls that seem, just generally sad.
Craig pats her, but says to not sit on people anymore.
You don't know if that's gonna happen, though.
In fact, I'm pretty sure it's a thing. Anywho, so the former current captain is dead. No one currently seems to know about this. In fact, the former current first mate still seems to be asleep. In fact, he would actually be in this room over here.
We should probably do something with this body. Craig, he did it. Dispose of it without anybody seeing.
More bear food, he says?
Can Craig eat the bones?
Kai can eat bones.
Or, yeah,
And
Kai.
Craig has bone-crushing jaws. Crag starts preparing the meat
I
for
don't care
easy
how.
storage.
I don't care how. Just get rid of it now.
Crag is using his dagger to prepare the meat for storage and jerky.
Okay, go ahead and give me a little survival check for that. It's not a high DC, but you know.
So
just
it
in case you
doesn't
never
look
know.
like the first mate is actually in the same cabin as I am. It looks like he's got
They
a
are
separate
not.
door.
Yes, there's a separate door. It's kind of
Wow,
like in
that roll.
same back area. So the first mate still doesn't know. You still have a chance to cover all of this up. Well,
Make
you
it
didn't
disappear.
nat one.
Make it all disappear.
Can I?
Wristforn, you
I
notice
need to
Craig
figure out
is
how my
being
abilities work.
Sorry, what?
I think I have a way to help this, but maybe not.
Okay, if you have a way, let me know. But as of that roll, you're doing it, but he's kind of sloppy on the job, Wristforn. Like
Can somehow I roll that again?
Don't prepare the meat. Just get rid of it.
But jerky.
No. It needs to be gone now.
How do I get rid of it? Is there a window?
Say, what am I? on
Actually,
the
there
ship? I
probably
can't
would
see
be
my
a-
token.
There
But
probably
we're
would
still
be a...
docked. You're just gonna throw the body into the.
No, we're flying.
into the train.
You guys are flying. You've been flying
Okay.
you've been flying since the dusk of yesterday.
All
So
right.
it is now dawn of a new day. You are notably still over land. You're probably actually getting close to Far at this point.
Well, that was fast. Well, I would assume that the cabin would have windows.
It does have a large, decorative back window that's not meant to open. But you could probably, if you're careful enough, pry one of the panels off without, doing too much damage, and maybe you could replace it.
Actually, I just picked up the mending spell for fixing it, so
Perfect.
as long as I keep the pieces, we can repair it like it's good as new. All right.
How do you go about breaking the glass while keeping the pieces?
We're gonna try and pry it carefully, like you said. It's
Okay.
just I'm gonna use mending to put it back together, good as new.
Okay, give me a roll just in case you net one, just a flat d20. Okay, so you're able to, going about this carefully. I'm guessing you're basically taking a 10 or 20. You're very carefully prying the window open to, dispose of the evidence. You do, eventually get enough open that there's a bit of a hole that you could probably shove a body out of. It doesn't take too long. It's probably only like 2 or 3 panels that you would need to get off, since the glass is more decorative than anything else. So you, I assume, unceremoniously shove the body out to let it fall.
The scraps that are left, yeah.
Yeah.
I will take off any identifying paraphernalia first.
Okay, that's smart. So you take off of his guard outfit, or what remains of it.
Yeah, so it'll just be a random body.
Yep.
Then again, all the guards are clones of each other, so
Yeah.
A guard died here. We're not sure how. Looks like he was eaten by a bear and then fell 5,000 feet.
You can burn it.
Honestly, upon impact, it would probably be like disfigured. to the point
mush.
that-
Will you burn it?
You probably could.
I don't
There's
think it's a-
101
We
ways
are-
to deal with a body.
We are dumping it out, and then I will.
Is it
surely-
rotting already?
It is not rotting yet. It's been dead less than a day.
So why would I smell? Why would it be a putrid smell?
Is it
Because
edible?
someone's been
Because whenever-
disemboweled.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, luckily I've got
You're smelling-
prestidigitation, so I can just clean all of it. In just real quick, easily.
Does that take care of blood too?
I mean, it just says it cleans, so I would assume so. It's magic.
Google,
Yeah.
does prestidigitation clean blood?
Yes, it would.
Alright, fine.
Is there any blood?
It would just take.
There's a
while.
lot of blood. There is an excessive amount of blood.
Can I collect another blood?
You don't even know this is going on yet. Unless you, for some odd reason, decide to like go upstairs and just randomly pop it on a wrist for him while he's shoving a body out a window.
Nah.
Do the morning checkup on the captain.
No.
Everyone rushes into the captain's quarters. Happy birthday! Oh.
Hey, where am I in the ship? I don't see my token.
This is a good point. Let me go ahead and slap you down. Don't get happy, get slappy. I'll go ahead and put you on the main deck, and you can go ahead and put yourself wherever you want to be. Moriarty's on the mid deck, Sidier's on the lower deck, Graham's on the main deck as well as you. Zyre needs to be put on there. Zyre, you're on the top deck as well. You can place yourself wherever you would like to be placed.
I was already there.
Oh, were you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You were up front. You were by the controls. That's actually where the steering wheel is. You do notice there's two ballistas in back, and there are actually two cannons up front, pointing outwards from the sort of nose of the vessel.
Say, if enemy was just enjoying the breeze from the side of the boat, could he have possibly seen the body being shoved out of the window?
Show me your position.
Somewhere around here.
No.
Okay.
Because that's like, yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot of boat between. Like, unless you were looking out the back, you would not see it.
It's a good thing the paladin didn't notice.
Probably.
No, but he's finding any reason that he could.
Paladins.
Oh man, give me a perception check. Oh, who left?
It was Dusty.
Oh yeah. Hey Dusty, you haven't done anything this.
I haven't. I've been watching and looking.
Watching, staring, looking, planning on when to strike. Each of you carry a killer in your pocket and you don't even realize it.
Probably. He is everywhere.
I just imagine the Dusty doll like dancing on top of the book while Graham's reading it.
I just
Not
imagine him-
incorrect. Like somehow he's been sifting out of each and every one of your pockets throughout your adventure. He's like pops out of a different person's pocket, and you're not sure how he got there in the first place. He's bigger than the pocket, actually. You didn't even notice him.
First he dances on your book, then he dances on your corpse.
Ba 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 da ba.
But yeah, you shove the body out the window. It goes. Phew. It's gone forever. Out of your life. Nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. You don't need to worry.
I made a perception check.
Yeah, you do not notice the smell of blood coming from the captain's quarters.
Fair enough. Enemy just completely oblivious to what just transpired.
Yeah. The wind in your hair and the breeze going about, you're not able to pick up on that scent quite just yet.
Risforn's gonna leave the window open for the time being.
I have a spell I want to cast on.
Pried open to air it out, and he's gonna set about cleaning everything magically, including Kai and his hands, and Crag's hands and body and, erasing all evidence.
The cleanest Crag has been in years.
All evidence except for the captain having existed.
You actually find out
On the
that
ship.
Craig has blonde fur.
Crag is at least a good 2 shades lighter.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a lighter fur color right now. And you realize you're not completely offended to be in his presence. I mean, you weren't before, but there was that sort of like vestigial oh, it's Craig. But yeah, with all that done, and Kaya's probably the cleanest she's been too. She doesn't smell like walking leather. So yeah, that's you have avoided a possible mutiny. Though you do realize the captain is gone now. That one might still need to be explained.
Nothing can't be explained with I don't know what's going on.
It's clear. I see the path forward. And Dusty puts on a captain's hat.
Where's Dusty right now?
The
Where did you
captain
get the-
is
Where
not.
isn't Dusty right now? Is it?
The captain is not gone. The former one is.
The former current captain is gone.
No, the current captain is still here.
Yes, the current captain is still here, but the former current captain is no longer here.
He's probably with Eisen. Or, sorry, Graham Asheville.
Yep.
I'm just going to keep calling it the former current captain because I like it. Alright. You're casting what on who for jump?
I was... can I cast that on Kai? New battle strats.
Is this a spell you got with your latest level up?
I get 2 level 1 sorcerer spells, I think, from what I was reading. Unless you disagree.
I do agree as long as you took a level in sorcery, which you did. So, is this one of the spells that you got with that level, though?
Yes.
Okay, yep, you got jump. So, you touch a creature, the creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. So, yep, you put it on Kai.
I tell her that if we need to get out, she can jump now.
Oh, this is bad idea written all over it.
When do any of Crag's ideas are good?
Craig, we can jump now. Craig dies.
Well, there's no choice. I must now become Crag. Puts on a different hat. I'm Crag now.
Oh, by the way, Wristworn, you do realize that inside of the captain's desk, which you've honestly only now been able to get to since you were so tired from yesterday that you went right to sleep, you do find that there is a captain's hat inside of it that is better than your captain's hat that you commissioned. In fact, it's so much better, it's purely indescribable.
That was already my hat.
No, your hat was describable.
No, it was indescribable.
I'm pretty sure it was
That
describable.
influence was done on my hat that I commissioned.
Ah, damn it, I thought that... Blah, 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 blah. Fine. I am a bad DM, shut up.
Can Crag have the hat? Also, I'm being pestered about a Crag influence relating spells.
That you have to pester us about that, whoever's pestering Craig. Craig has no choice in the matter. You come to me. If you want Craig to do something and you pay me to have him do it, he has to do it. We can all have fun at his expense. Don't worry. You don't need his permission. He gave you permission by showing up. Anywho, so with that dead body taken care of,
Crag seems unusual, like disturbingly undisturbed.
disturbingly undisturbed.
He can't be bothered.
Right. So, yeah, Rishforn, what do you start formulating any sort of reason or cause that the captain might not be? As low-key panic sets in. I mean, I assume there's going to be some low-key panic because it's like, I gotta cover up a dead body in a ship full of all the king's men where I just killed one of their former comrades who was kind of competent.
Put it in my mouth.
Well, first off, is the smell gone now that all the sources of it is gone?
Prestidigitation would remove the spell as well as the sources of the smell, yes. So
Okay.
you don't need to worry about the smell. All you have left is basically the tattered remaining clothing. And
I would assume that I would have a small stove in my cabin to keep, one meant for warming the cabin.
Yes and no. You notice that central pillar that probably goes up to the main power source, it definitely emits a bunch of heat. And there you can sort of you can basically vent that.
Well, you know what? I can, my I hate that spell. It is such a weird name.
Prestidigitation?
Exactly. Either way, I'm using that spell to set it on fire and burn it to a crisp. Get rid of all of it.
It would burn to ashes.
And then I will use the spell again to get rid of the ashes.
The prestidigitation spell?
Well, I could just put the ashes out the window.
Yeah,
Isn't there stuff on Telegram for you?
Okay.
And the clothing is now gone as well. So there's nothing of the sort to ever, show that this person ever existed upon this ship. So how do you proceed, if at all?
One sec.
Take your time.
Okay.
To go over
I'm going to proceed by mending the window back together now that all evidence of him existing is gone. And then I'm just going to play dumb. I'm like, well, I don't know. I woke up and he was gone.
Mending is that a...
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip? Okay.
I have a lot of spells now.
I'm not... Oh, there it is. It's a mage initiate cantrip. Beautiful. Okay. So yes, as...
Also, could you actually apply a long rest to us?
Certainly. My apologies. I didn't think it was necessary.
And my Wand of Magic Missile would be back up to full.
Gotcha. I didn't mean to move turn order. There we go. Rest. There you go. I didn't know, yeah, you had items waiting on a long rest. So there you go. You wake up, I mean, everyone should be properly awake by now. To go over everyone's duties. Did anyone take the title of bosun?
All I know is I'm a cook.
Which one was that?
Bosun is the person who provides technical advice to the captain, crew, and leads repair and maintenance efforts. A good bosun has a high strength score as well as proficiency with carpenter tools and the athletic skill. I think I recall Zaire being the navigator.
Yeah.
We've got Zaire as navigator. We've got
I think
Sidir
we were going
as...
with one of the crew to be the boatswain.
Okay. Alright, so no one had the bosun, but we do have a captain, first mate, bosun, navigator, surgeon, and cook.
Yeah, we have 2 cooks. I'm also a cook.
He's my cooking buddy.
I will do surgeon. Like a good surgeon.
Yes, because you are the team medic.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Graham is
also a
doing
light
nothing
healer
because
now.
none of his skills are applicable to ship flying.
I can also be a late healer now.
The late healer.
Yes.
Goddamn necromancers.
I'm a very strange cleric. I'll get you back on your feet one way or another.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works. Elliman and Graham, you would notice that the people on the top deck are sort of positioning around the captain's quarters. The former first mate seems to walk out of his deck, kind of glances around a bit, seeming confused, and then moves to the captain's door. Ristforn, the dragonborn former first mate, opens the door and looks between you and Craig.
Craig is
Yes.
pretending to practice magic. Or actually practicing magic.
The men are getting prepared for the morning briefing. Is there any orders you're going to be giving today?
Carry on with a flight there.
Would you like to issue the orders yourself, or should I go find your first mate, or...
I will go ahead and take care of it.
He gives a nod and then heads back over into his little nook.
Did I actually have a first mate assigned?
I believe that was previously Element, but...
No, it was going to be Rembrandt.
I'm sorry, yes, Rembrandt. My apologies.
But he dropped out, so... We'll just stick with this guy. He can
That
be
sounds
the
like a good idea.
he can be the first mate.
Oh, so he remains his first mate then? Okay.
Yeah.
Then he makes a crew morale roll. As now that you are aboard a ship and managing a ship, there are various roles to be made. So, boop. He gives a nice little speech telling everyone to maintain the course and all that. Doesn't seem to be anything, awe-inspiring to, any of, either Zaire, Graham, or Element. But, it's enough that the crew seems to stay fairly content with, their duties and, they're comfortable with the guy. They know him. And he gives them a nod and goes to head back inside, and they all go back to their posts and whatnot that they were doing before.
Ristford will go find Moriarty. Hey!
Moriarty...
You gotta pull your weight.
Moriarty casually glances over to you while, in the midst of tuning a lute. It's like, I am. I'm making music for folks.
Dusty's
Good.
like,
You're putting on a show
I'm
tonight,
helping.
then.
I put on a show every night, but okay.
Good.
He just kind of softly nods to Risforn. Like he seems like almost like a little confused. Like, okay, this came out of nowhere. I'm happy to do it, but like,
Dusty's
okay.
head recedes into the loot like a snail withdrawing into its shell.
Moray does not seem to notice. He just looks at Risforn, with that like mild look of confusion. Anything else?
Watch your tone with me, or I'll make you swab the deck.
With
your butt.
He glances down to his loot. How did you get in there?
I'm everywhere.
He goes to pick him out by his ear.
Ah, no! Watch the seams!
He like flicks him over to Risforn.
What am I Actually, I know exactly what I could do with this. Risforn will go up to the upper deck and hold the doll over the edge.
You drop me, and I'll be in your clothes tomorrow.
And then he tosses
I'll
it
steal
over.
all of your underwear.
And then he'll
leave the poor Dusty doll alone.
toss Dusty over his shoulder to Eisen or Graham.
Graham will catch him. There.
Curse these cotton wings. I'll make them work someday.
Crag looks like he's thinking very hard about that statement.
That would be something to make someone.
People are generally cranky without their underwear.
One of the boatsmen would look over to Risforn and then say, "Sir, we've been sailing for quite a while without anyone properly piloting. Are you going to be keeping us on course?"
I thought Zyre was.
Zyre's the navigator. Zyre's the one that charts the course.
Well,
Zyre
then, yeah.
technically could attempt to drive, but
I thought you said that the navigator was the one that piloted. I will absolutely go pilot the ship.
the navigator plots the ship's course relying on knowledge of nautical charts and a study of weather and sea conditions. A reliable navigator tends to have a high wisdom score as well as proficiency with navigator's tools and the nature skill. So, Zyre is basically purely navigating it. Again, Zyre can attempt to drive it, but is definitely not proficient with a boat, especially as a druid.
Well, Risforn will pilot it.
Right. So, Risforn, you get nice and comfy in your seat. You notice the two gentlemen to your sides are both standing ready at cannons, with a nice little set of cannonballs by each one, as well as little packets of gunpowder. About the size of like a cylinder.
Oi, you!
Yes, sir.
I will take an Earl Grey hot.
He blinks at you a few times. Sir?
Have you not heard of Earl Grey?
I have, sir, but I'm an artilleryman.
Ugh. He'll turn around and call off to the rest of the upper deck. Somebody get me some tea!
Crag looks shocked and goes to the kitchen.
Craig makes his way all the way down to the lower deck. Craig still kind of Kai still kind of just, casually barrels around the captain's quarters, sniffing at the area where she found food.
Crag starts prepping the tea and food for Kai and everyone.
Dusty's arm pokes out of his scarf until he presses a leaf against his mouth.
Wait,
Crag, Craig squeaks and pulls the doll out of his scarf.
It's dry tea. It's right. It's leaf. Tea is leaf water.
Craig looks confused and nods.
Dusty.
Does Craig know what Earl Grey tea is?
Will he use the anonymous leaf Dusty provided him somehow on this airship?
I
mean,
think so.
To be fair, Risforn just shouted out for tea in general.
He did.
Not
He
necessarily.
takes the gift from the doll and uses it for the tea.
Give me
Uh-oh.
1 second. Hold on.
Oh no. That is poison ivy.
Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. Well, hold on. I need to look something up real quick.
When
Google,
Craig's
what
done with the tea,
happens if you eat poison ivy?
when Craig's done with the tea, he takes it up to Risforn, making sure Element is keeping up with the cooking. Assuming he's already in the kitchen.
Yeah, Element is working really hard with the cooking.
Craig happily hands the tea to Risforn.
Oh no.
Risforn would
Dusty.
sniff at the tea first.
Okay. It smells like hot water.
I mean, every tea has a distinct smell.
Well, the tea of which a poison ivy leaf is definitely not. I don't think poison ivy has a smell.
Is this even... What did you make this with?
The doll gave me a leaf. I didn't know what Earl Grey was.
Dusty reemerges from his scarf. It's leaf water.
I don't... Okay. Take this back. And Risforn's going to... I believe I had... Oh, I guess I don't. I could have
There's a
sworn I
barrel
had
of tea
chai
tied
tea.
around Kai.
Right. It was chai tea.
Right? Yeah, that's right. You got that from the bookstore.
Yes.
Did you get the blood out of it?
Yeah, you cleaned the blood out of it. There wasn't really any blood in it, more blood on it. I
Okay.
keep forgetting we're using Kai as a storage device.
All right, take this and just get me some of the chai tea.
The tea on Kai?
Yes, that one. Heat it up though for me.
Okay. Craig goes and does that.
Craig, give me a roll to see if you burn the tea.
What
I'm
roll?
kidding. Would be a survival roll if anything. You don't really need to roll. Tea is already burnt.
I'll roll if you want me to.
You know what? Give me a roll just in case you nat one.
Oh no!
Except that you can't burn tea.
This is true. So instead, what I'm gonna have happen is
The worst you can do is like oversteep it and it gets bitter.
Really?
yeah.
I thought he accidentally overboiled it so there's nothing left in the pot. It all evaporated.
So
That would
Craig
be
is going to go-
possible, but
Here, oh, shush. Craig is going to go ahead. He's going to oversteep it, as stated. He's also going to decide that it's probably a good idea to add the leaf back in.
except that the tea was already brewed.
Sorry, what?
The tea was already brewed.
I'm spicing it up for my best friend.
It's a garnish.
No, oh, okay, here. He just takes that tea and puts the tea bags in it. And hopes you don't notice.
You know, if Anir was here, there'd probably be some ethereal influence to destroy the people ruining tea.
Yes,
Yeah.
there would. In fact, I'm going to
Yo.
tell Anir about it, so he will
Dusty is a
destroy
bad
Dusty.
influence on Dusty is such a bad influence on the dumb knoll.
he gave his tea leaf. Dusty doesn't know tea either. He just has this leaf that makes people go mad. And he thought, I don't get it. What's the big deal? I chewed on it for 30 minutes now.
Completely forgetting he is a doll.
Oh god, this is fun.
Has Dusty figured out the power he has over Crag yet?
Well,
No.
here's a influence.
Oh no.
The
Oh,
tea is
no.
perfectly fine.
Great, you should make more. Give it to everyone.
Okay.
Crag makes a pot of tea for everyone with their
Oh,
breakfast and dinner.
no.
I mean, clearly
are
it's
all-
fine.
You're all met with the delightful smell of chai tea this morning, as Craig has made it. I can't believe someone has spent ethereal influence on this.
You know,
I'm looking at what this ethereal influence is. I'm okay with it, but I can't believe someone actually went and spent money on this.
I mean, that's a Z.1. They just get
Oh,
those
okay,
from
gotcha.
watching.
I can't believe you spent your time on this. Oh well, I can't force things one way or another. I mean, I can, but like, I'm not going to ruin other people's fun. So everyone, you're greeted to some lovely tea that comes with breakfast. How many of you
is
enjoy?
Crag the one dispensing this tea?
I assume that there would probably be some people on the cook staff.
Actually,
that
how
dispense
does
the food.
how does Crag, someone who's lived out in nature, not know what poison ivy is?
I don't think it affects gnolls.
It's too late to answer that
I
question.
think poison ivy affects most living things.
Yeah, I would say
It doesn't
probably-
affect some. It doesn't affect some wild animals.
only because of their dense fur. Probably.
Crag has also spent a good amount of time in cities doing fencing.
This is true.
Yeah.
Anywho, so yeah, who drinks the tea? Who drinks the Kool-Aid?
Bristhorn will sip on the tea as he's piloting the ship.
Dusty asks for a cup.
I will have
Element is,
them.
Element is still in the kitchen, resting after having to cook so much, so he's not eating with everybody else.
All right, Risforn, you find that this tea is honestly delightful. You don't even notice that there may or may not have been a previously poison ivy leaf inside of this tea.
All right, let's see if Graham is affected, because I don't think Graham would assume that Crag would have put.
No, I think the
Dangerous
ethereal influence saved the tea. I think.
Well, Graham drinks tea.
Yeah, dogs, cats, birds, deer, and most Cyaenidae do not get poison ivy.
Oh.
Dusty plunges his head into his cup and just like soaks it in.
Well, those of you that do drink the tea, yes, the tea is perfectly fine. It's perfectly drinkable. You don't get any of the symptoms that would be actually life-threatening if you ate poison ivy.
Well, we'd have to roll like a Constitution
No.
save for that.
You would, but the tea's fine. Tea's good. You don't even need to roll Constitution. It's good tea.
It's
a
that
good
fake poison
tea.
ivy.
Yeah, exactly. It's well, no, it's very real. You just happen to have boiled it and served it once before, and then you reboiled it to get it back up to hot again. So you basically boiled all of the poison oils off of it. Quote unquote poison oil. It's more of like allergic reaction. Well, not allergic, but the thing that makes you itch, you got that off of the poison ivy by like boiling it twice.
Okay, based on skimming, only humans and primates and a few other animals get rash from poison ivy.
That's cool. And for all intents and purposes, you're all being treated as more or less humanoid. There would have been something that would have happened. I understand we're all furries, but you know, I got to keep things interesting.
As
But
Dusty empties his
again,
cup and he falls onto the table.
The ethereal influence, I will go ahead and say, saved your asses. Otherwise, you'd all be rolling Constitution checks.
I get advantage on Constitution checks.
Anywho, it's a wonderful morning. The wind is
Crag
blowing through the
cast
sails.
jump on Dusty?
Dusty.
You may. You'll never see him again, but you may.
You'll see him again. He'll just pop back in your pocket or something.
Well, after
whatever
traveling
Dusty
to the
is.
stratosphere.
Your jump height is not that high.
He has a flight speed.
A flight speed of -1.
Hey.
I mean, yeah, you currently don't have a flight speed.
Fair enough.
You are a doll. Your jump height might be 5 feet, so you might be able. No, not even 5 feet. Your jump height might be a foot, so you might be able to jump up and say hello to someone face to face with that spell.
He launches himself on someone like a face hugger.
Crag is casting jump on the doll to see what happens.
Well, time to roll a dice to see who he vaults himself onto.
Wrist,
Also-
wrist, form.
Gold King, you can make me roll a dice at any time to activate my wild magic. That's up to you, according to the book.
Oh, isn't wild magic something that only happens when you cast?
Yeah, when I cast a spell, you
Yeah.
can make me
Where's
roll a dice
Snowy?
to do another thing.
Is Snowy at the table?
Snowy would probably be at the table if Graham was there eating, in which he probably is.
No, Dusty vaults onto Snowy.
Snowy blinded by Dusty Doll would probably start to run around wildly.
Dusty holding onto his head is taken for a ride.
Welcome to Benny Hill.
Crag does a good hyena cackle.
I think Dusty might need to roll, what is it, like a ride check? Do they have those in this?
No.
They've got animal handling.
Let's see. I don't believe he's proficient in that, but he's got a +3 to wisdom, so. No. Also, this is a doll. He's not got a lot of grip strength, actually.
I don't think a running rabbit would actually have a lot of bucking power.
Well, also, it's soft, short fur that's not very easy to grab.
Yeah, but you're latched onto the rabbit's face. I'm pretty sure you're holding onto its ears.
Fair enough.
Zyre's just gonna watch this and facepalm.
Yeah! Adventure! As the rabbit tears out of the room.
Crag giggles and looks like he's taking mental notes because he doesn't know how to write.
Snowy hits 13 walls in a panic.
Well, face first, so he's cushioned.
One of them.
How is this affecting Graham?
Graham is he's amused by this. I mean, Snowy's not being hurt or you know tortured compared to the what was it like a week of wearing that the crown of fucking fear. So, compared to that, this is just, like watching like animals play.
Craig goes up to Risforn and goes, I cast jump on the doll, look!
Very
I learned
good, I
from the book.
suppose. Yeah, great. Great.
Are you regretting?
Risforn's like one of those parents that wants to be supportive, but just like, despises what you do.
No, he despises this one particular action.
Yes.
At least the Null's doing magic.
Great.
But at what cost?
But at what cost?
Fabulous. Yeah. Keep up the good work. Yeah.
You hear Moriarty downstairs playing Benny Hill music as he sees the rabbit running around. You don't know what Benny Hill music is, but you feel like it's fitting.
Anyways.
Why did that happen?
That's a good question. Why did that happen?
I have no idea.
All right, to continue. So as you are able to start making your way off, you do start to notice that there are sort of thunderclouds in the distance, sort of over where the sort of Gulf area is. Looks like you're going to have to go through a bit of a storm. Which is, on the sea, this would be like, okay, we've got to, prepare for some stuff. Though, since you're in the air, you feel just a little bit more worried. Of course.
Shouldn't Zaire's a druid, right?
Zaire is a druid.
Shouldn't Zaire have detected this, long before it ever happened?
I've never heard Zaire.
No, I never used Druidcraft. I probably should have.
Terrible navigating.
So Zaire, you can see a few miles out. There are storm clouds and the occasional lightning and soft thunder in the distance. You could potentially try to navigate around it, but there's no telling how long that might take to get you to your destination.
All right, I'll turn to Risforn and get his attention about it, and just tell him hey, we could try to go around this, but it might take a long time.
Might take an extra 1 or 2 days.
Probably better to go around.
Right. So as you,
Wait.
I assume,
Is a storm or?
it is gray clouds with the occasional lightning shot.
Can you dispel? Is it magical?
No, it's probably just standard.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, I don't know if you can detect magic at several miles range. So you start to set to the ship to start preparing to, change course, I assume?
Yes.
All right, as they all, go about, making their moves, start to, turn the sails and whatnot, the ship itself seems to, sort of softly sway as it changes in direction. And as this happens, the first mate actually comes out and starts to look around curiously. And then, would slowly approach Risforn as he's sitting at the
hang on.
chair. Yep.
So I don't see any mechanical function on this, but literally in the description for my storm sorcery, it outright says that my magic allows me to exert control over wind and weather in my immediate area. It makes invaluable members of a ship's crew.
Yeah.
So, based on that, it seems like I would be able to just use my magic to keep the storm from impacting the ship.
Do you mind if I read over it? It's what was it? Thunder? No.
Storm sorcery. Under the features on the abilities tab. It doesn't give me any like, I don't see any mechanical ways of how that works. I just see it literally saying right here.
Okay,
that
you know
second
how to
pair.
speak Primordial. You have Tempestuous Magic. During your first level, you can use a bonus action on your turn to cause whirls of gust.
No, read up at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna read through those two to see like what your abilities were, but yes.
Yeah.
Your innate magic comes from the power of elemental air. Many with this power can trace their magic back to near-death experience caused by the Great Rain. But perhaps you were born during a howling gale or so
The second
powerful that folks
paragraph.
Okay, fine. Storm sorcerers are invaluable members of ship's crew. Their magic allows them to exert control over winds and weather in the immediate area. Their abilities also prove useful in repelling attacks by Shalgan pirates and other waterborne threats, which is interesting. My curiosity is how, though. You've got Wind Speaker, you've got Tempestuous Magic, which, if I saw correctly, bonus action on your turn causes gusts of elemental air to briefly surround you immediately before or after you cast a spell first level higher. Doing so allows you to fly up 10 feet without provoking attack of opportunity. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I've used that. I have used that.
No. I don't recall you using that, but I'll take your word for it. 6th level, that's a 6th level thing. You don't have 6th level yet. 6th level, 14th level.
The thing is that most of these abilities and stuff are more focused on what I can do in combat.
Yeah.
Whereas,
absolutely. I'm just trying to get a gauge as to like what does it affect? Like
my Call Lightning also says that I can control existing storms.
Yeah, then between the two of you, since you only have the lower levels versions of this, both of you together would probably be able to like honestly create a proper path. I was gonna say probably since you had most of the lower level stuff, you would probably still be able to like control it, just not make it completely clear. But between two of you, then you'd probably be able to like honestly like clear a path through the storm. Like
I was just kind of thinking like making a bubble around the ship where it's completely clear.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like you alone wouldn't be able to fully do that. Zaire and you would definitely be able to do that.
Then let's proceed forward. And we'll both do it.
Okay. So as you proceed forward, and you decide to get everyone back on track, the ship sways back into the normal position, and the first mate kind of like continues to step up to you and seems curious. It was like, what was that about?
What?
What was that about, Captain, with the whole shifting of the boat?
Well, the shifting of the boat wouldn't have happened.
I mean, you could have.
I would know that
shifted
this.
It and...
Well, I guess. Oh, we were just moving to a slightly less rough patch of this upcoming storm front.
He just gives a slight nod and says, "Good. I wouldn't want us to diverge from course."
Yeah, do we get experience for this? Shadowbrine wants to know.
Most likely.
Yes, experience.
I will probably be awarding roleplay experience for this. Like I do for, people who get roleplay experience for doing things in roleplay.
You, first mate, what was his name? I'm sure I would have learned it.
He never actually properly introduced himself to you.
Oh. What was your name again? We got a few moments before, or a few minutes before the storm. So. I don't think we ever properly introduced each other. I'm Risforn.
Right, yes, I'm First Mate Lolland.
Lolland?
Lolland.
Well, great. I need you to man the controls for the time being. I am going to focus on keeping the storm clear from us. Zyre, you're with me.
I'll just try and keep her steady then. He kind of like casually glances out to the incoming clouds and storm. Looks at it for a moment before gently nodding. He seems...
Risforn's right eye would flash to a brilliant yellow.
Roll me, if you're trying to be intimidating, roll me intimidation check, or otherwise
no, it's
roll
just
me
just a standard thing of his eye, remember?
Yeah, I know.
He's not trying to be intimidating or anything, it's just what would happen.
Okay. Otherwise, you can feel free to roll me an insight.
Sure. As I drop it before I actually... Oh, God!
This man is probably the best man for this job.
All he has to do is keep it going forward.
Yeah, and he seems completely confident in doing so.
Great. Let's go.
You move off to wherever the heck you're going. He goes ahead and he takes the seat. I'm queen of the world.
Zyre, you manage the back of the ship. I'll grab the front here.
All right.
So the two of you begin, preparing your tempestual magics to quell the storm as it comes closer and closer more. And between your two weather abilities, you're able to, stop the initial, wave of light rain and wind that, kind of like blows at you a bit, but, you are easily able to quell it so that's nothing more than a light breeze. And you're like frickin' Noah parting the Red Sea as the clouds gently, they begin to softly clear, and then as they get over the sort of mid area of the ship, they would start to actually part to blue skies as you have that sort of overlap between yourself and Zyre. It's not exactly easy to see with the giant blimp over top. At most, you would likely hear very, very light sprinkling of rain tapping on the sides of the balloon, but it doesn't seem to get much closer to the main deck or even really bother the ship much beyond that.
Risforn's kind of like a waterbender kind of thing up there. Little brief bits of lightning or electricity crackling around him here and there as he's tapping into his inner magic.
He'd become a lightning rod.
I mean...
Not quite, but okay. He's not getting struck by lightning. He's more repelling the lightning.
His magic's mostly based around lightning, so, that's just kind of what happens around him.
It's just a supercharge!
His fur turns yellow and, no.
Super Saiyan. But yeah, as you go through the storm raging on, it actually takes a good few hours before it starts to, get to a part where you notice that the clouds around you are no longer storming, but are simply just gray. And you generally get a fairly decent idea that this area is past the main of the storm. This is just, bleary skies at this point, which is safe enough, to travel through and whatnot. It's like, those clouds you see overhead when it's like, oh, it looks like a storm's brewing. You do realize also that you're on an airship and you could potentially just raise yourselves up, possibly above this particular storm cloud, and maybe have clear skies, or at least partially clear skies.
But that would be less cool.
It would be.
Clear weather ahead.
And there's also the fact that we know that there's pirates out here that might have been trying to use the weather to, be like, oh, hey, we can ambush people because we know what they're gonna do. Because no one would be crazy enough to fly through the storm.
Yeah. Rishfarn kind of grabs a lightning bolt that's headed towards the ship and just flings it off to the side. You
just shoot a lightning crack off of the ship.
Dusty's just dancing on the deck for some reason. He forgot why he's here.
So that would be, I think, Thunderclap. So I'm going to go ahead and, that's a cantrip for you. So you can just Thunderclap off the side of and basically shoot a lightning bolt out into nothing.
I also picked up a new spell.
Thunderbite?
Yeah. It's a rename of the Frostbite spell.
Yep, I'm pretty sure this was one of the ones that you made, isn't it?
Well, no, Frostbite is a spell in the game. I just reskinned it to Thunder.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you did the roleplay behind it to get it. So I'm pretty sure you made that.
Kinda, basically, yeah. Oh, you mean in-game, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of come out the other side of the...
I have so many freaking spells. I love it.
You can never have enough spells.
Teach Craig more magic.
Mejeek. You should go be blessed by a god then.
At this point, you continue sailing fairly, peacefully.
How do you know Craig is already blessed by a god? He is fairly smart for a Knoll.
Desire.
Yep.
I would like you to roll me a perception check. All right, Zaire. So, as you just clear the stormy area, you couldn't help but notice through that gap in the clouds that you've made, there's another airship flying above the storm.
I'm going to go and immediately inform Risforn of this.
Seems to be flying behind you, following you specifically. And it definitely seems kitted for battle.
So I'll go to Risforn and just say, you might want to prepare for battle. We're being followed.
Risforn will nod, heading for the back, shouting out to people, "Battle stations!" And he'll go back there and start flinging lightning towards them. Or redirecting lightning towards the ship behind.
Red alert! All hands to battle stations!
Everyone starts, quickly getting to, various posts and stations. One of them runs down and starts telling the other ones down the mid-deck to start getting to their stations, and they all start moving up and about. And whatnot. The deck completely fills with people, getting on to the, various stations and positions, pulleys and ropes to maneuver the ship properly. Various cannoneers quickly make their way out to the cannons. And you even notice a squad of some of those individuals with the black and yellow trim come up. Seem to be carrying some actually fairly large swords.
Biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
No, they found me. They want my soft plush body.
And Ristforn, if you are shooting lightning up to them, I'm going to need actual spellcasting. At the point, though, they're probably...
Right now, what I'm doing is the same thing as I was before, the Thunder Bite and stuff, to redirect the existing lightning. Actually, I'll probably be doing Electrifying Bolt, kind of combining my own cantrip with the lightning that's already there, just making it more powerful and redirecting it.
Zyre will be throwing fire at them, too.
Wait, what? Hold on, did that not look like a natural one? Did anyone else see that?
No.
No?
Like, it looked like it landed on a 1 on my screen, and then it read out 19, and I'm just like,
No, it does that sometimes.
Oh, by the way,
I'll take
everyone
with
with
the
spells...
Listen.
Everyone with spells, don't forget to check your cantrips, because they did go up with the 5th level. Just make sure you check
Except for
on...
me.
Just make sure you check on what exactly happened.
Can I cast Firebolt at them?
You can try, but
also...
I should inform everyone, at this point they're slowly descending from the clouds, and they're still probably about 200 to 300 feet away.
Well, my...
So, if there's a bubble around our ship, what's protecting them from the storm?
They flew above it.
Yes, but now they're coming
How are they
into it.
Well, how are they following us then, if they're above the storm?
They literally saw a clearing of clouds above your ship that made your air balloon visible, and they just followed it.
Ignore what I just did. I'm trying to figure shit out.
They legit just said, hey, that looks strange, and saw an air balloon in the bubble of, parting clouds, and were like, huh, let's get them. Because they were honestly in the way to prepare for you to go over the storm and not through it.
Something that I need to throw out real quick. Your cantrips are based on your overall level. So even if you are like Crag, your cantrips are powered up because you are overall level 5.
Oh. I'd need to look into that.
Just go look at the description on them. It tells you what happens when if they increase. Most of them do. I think there are a few that don't.
But I don't get more cantrips. I just get special cantrips.
They just get powered up.
I get 2 Eldritch Blast beams now for the price of 1.
Pew pew. Pew pew.
Yeah,
pew.
most of them actually increase the damage, or just increase the damage, whereas others, like Eldritch Blast, you get 2 of them instead of 1. And the 2 are just at the standard damage.
So you do see some of your spells firing off, even with like a 19. I don't know what your range is on that.
Well, again, what I'm doing, I've got 120 feet on my electrifying bolt, and my whole thing that I'm doing is basically redirecting what's already there in the direction towards them.
Right. I will state again, you have drifted off into the calmer part of the gray clouds. So there really isn't much to redirect at this point. There would have been more to redirect if you were in the storm, but you came out of it. You're just in gray, bleary skies at this point.
Yeah, we came out of it, but they may not have.
So basically, you're firing into the clouds and hoping that the clouds ricochet to them?
No, when the lightning's coming.
What he's saying is the lightning produced by the clouds. He's basically redirecting it at the other ship.
Yeah.
Okay, I get your I get your idea. I'm just not so sure of the execution, but I'm just trying to think of how this would work exactly.
Also, how far away is the ship?
About 200 to 300 feet.
Damn! If only I had the spell sniper.
If only you did, that would have been great. But real quick, where is it? Here we go. So,
hey, let me double check the spell. One moment.
right. Go ahead.
Perfect. How far away did you say they were?
200 to 300 feet. It's hard to tell.
Perfect. I'm throwing a fireball at them.
Your fireball can reach that far?
No, it's got a range of 150 feet, but I'm using my meta magic to double that range to 300 feet.
Meta magic.
That's a sorcerer thing. Distance spell. When you cast a spell that has a range of 5 feet or greater, you can spend 1 sorcery point to double the range of the spell.
The heck is a sorcery point?
Yeah, I should probably learn that too.
Sorcery
is
points, that is a sorcerer class feature. Meta magic is one of their little special things.
Oh, there it is. I see meta magic.
Oh, I think I don't get that because I'm doing chaos.
No, that is a base sorcerer thing. All sorcerers
Okay,
have
so you-
it.
Oh. I think mine thing messed up then.
Well, you don't have it yet, because you're just a first level sorcerer.
Oh, okay.
I have 4 sorcery points to use, and I'm using it on the distance spell.
Okay, yeah, that
One of
works.
them.
So you fire off firebolt at them.
No, fireball.
Yeah, fireball. You fire off whiskey at.
I actually have a bottle of that right here.
I know.
Give some to Noel.
So
Not
go
a
ahead
whole-
and roll damage for me.
Alright, there you go.
You see the ball of fire explode against the front, sort of stern of the ship, and it leaves a nice black ashen mark. But it still seems very solidly intact.
It
The
does
ship-
specify that the spell ignites all flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Okay, so it's on fire now. Looks to be in pretty good condition for being on fire, though, all things considered. I will state, this thing has an HP. As do you, actually. I've got some HPs for the ships themselves.
HP.
Yep.
Yes, but how much damage is it going to take over time with it being on fire?
That's a good question.
Looks like it's made of wood, doesn't it? Isn't it?
Probably. It's also got some steel on it. It looks like The best way you could describe it was if an airship met with a military vessel. Like if they decided to strap an air balloon on a military vessel and just send that. It doesn't look like something pirates should have.
But in this day and age, it would still be wood.
Absolutely, yes. I'm not saying it's a steel ship, no.
Yeah.
It's definitely still wood, and it's definitely still igniting.
That's what I want. I want the, I want it to be on fire.
It is, and I'm just telling you, it's a big ship. Very big ship.
I mean, a 20-foot sphere of it is now on fire.
Yes, that is correct.
So.
It responds in kind by aiming 2 forward ballistas, and you see 2 giant harpoons shoot into the back part of the wooden part of the ship with long ropes attached.
Um.
And at this point, we're going to have to end for the day because we're already going over time.
No.
All right.
But that is where we will end off at the attack of this mysterious warship.
That's on fire.
Yes, that is now on fire.
Oh
The
crap, I
glorious
forgot to
fire.
update. I always do that.
Oh well.
It needs more fire.
More fire.
More fire. Maybe we'll get a dragon to show up.
Maybe.
There we go.
I don't know. There might be an influence for that.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this evening for Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons. I will be back tomorrow with Borderlands 3, followed by some more War Groove. I hope to see you all here for that. And then Friday, we're going to have some more RimWorld. Don't forget, those of you that do enjoy RimWorld, you are earning those Z points and coins for watching other streams, so, you know, keep that in mind. Anyways, thank you all so much. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It's because of you guys I'm able to continue bringing you this content. We will be... do check out the links in the description for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, all those things. And consider supporting the channel by becoming a patron, grabbing some merch, or subscribing. And don't forget to share as well. That's also a great way to help. Anyways, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Good night, everybody.
And don't forget to stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid.